where time slows down. The cultural power of African World Art Gallery. Life constantly demands our immediate attention. We rush through our days, often scrolling past our own history without a second thought. Very few places remain that invite us to pause, breathe, and remember. We rarely find spaces that help us reconnect with something older, deeper, and more powerful than the daily noise. One of those rare places stands quietly yet unmistakably in the heart of Philadelphia. Afrikan World Art Gallery serves as much more than a traditional art space. It operates as a cultural monument, a sanctuary of memory, and a living archive of African genius. Holding the largest collection of original African art in the city, the gallery carries a weight that extends far beyond the sheer number of its pieces. This video explores the profound cultural significance of the Afrikan World Art Gallery. You will discover the rich stories behind its artifacts, learn about the vital mission of its curator, and understand why collecting authentic African art is an act of cultural preservation. When you step inside the Afrikan World Art Gallery, the outside noise begins to fade. The pace of life shifts entirely. You immediately feel the presence of something ancient that refuses to be forgotten. This is a place where time does not rush, it simply unfolds. The gallery offers a space for profound reflection and connection. It protects the scattered fragments of our story, gathering and restoring them with deep honor. Within these walls, culture transforms into a strong foundation, a guiding compass, and a protective shield. People do not just visit the gallery to look at beautiful objects. They come seeking connection and depth. Arrive searching for an experience that elevates their understanding of who they are and where they come from. Every piece in the Afrikan World Art Gallery feels intensely alive. Each artifact carries a distinct pulse and holds the breath of its maker. You can almost feel the rhythm of the chisel, the intense heat of the forge, and the focused vision of the painter. The masks on the walls do not simply hang as decorations. They stand as silent witnesses to history. Their carved eyes hold the echoes of sacred ceremonies, important rites of passage, and ancient ancestral teachings. These masks represent the spiritual architecture of entire civilizations. Each one serves as a vital messenger, carrying stories that survived massive migrations, brutal colonization, and the attempted erasure of African identity. They stand as powerful reminders that our culture remains enduring, not fragile. The sculptures throughout the gallery rise like steadfast guardians. Their striking forms act as bold declarations rather than mere artistic expressions. They perfectly embody the strong posture of kings, queens, legendary warriors, and traditional healers. These works honor the everyday people whose vibrant lives shaped the world long before modern borders were drawn. Their presence feels commanding, even in absolute stillness. They never ask for your attention. They naturally command it. The textiles ripple with the complex mathematics of tradition. Master weavers created these patterns with deep intention and chose every color with specific purpose. They feature powerful symbols that speak in a visual language far older than any written alphabet. These pieces are never random designs or simple fabrics. They represent intricate codes of identity and detailed maps of lineage. They express a comprehensive worldview rooted deeply in balance, natural order, and profound beauty. At the absolute center of this cultural stronghold stands Michael Z. Muhammad. As a dedicated curator, educator, and cultural guardian, his work goes far beyond a simple hobby or pastime. He views his role as a lifelong mission. Muhammad maintains a disciplined commitment to preserving the artistic legacy of the African world. He treats this responsibility with the utmost integrity and respect. For decades, he has traveled extensively, studied deeply, and safeguarded authentic works from across the entire continent. He strictly curates true creations born from the hands of master artists. You will not find mass-produced decor or cheap replicas here. Instead, You will find genuine art created by individuals who carry their ancestral techniques like a sacred inheritance. His dedication ensures that Philadelphia retains access to true African excellence. This art was never created to satisfy fleeting design trends. Artisans created these pieces for deep meaning, sacred ceremony, distinct identity, and absolute truth. When you collect African art from the African World Art Gallery, you do much more than choose something beautiful for your home. You actively choose to surround yourself with living memory. You choose to honor the skilled hands that shaped these remarkable works long before your own life began. Bringing these pieces into your space serves as a daily reminder of who you are and what you must rise to become. This art does not whisper quietly in the background. It speaks clearly and commands respect. It stands in your home like a loyal sentinel, guarding your culture and keeping your identity safe. Collectors seek out these specific pieces because they want to elevate their space. They want to transform a simple room into a personal sanctuary. They strive to turn a standard house into a meaningful temple, and a simple collection into a lasting legacy. Society constantly tries to define us, box us in, and tell us who we should be. The African World Art Gallery stands firmly against this tide. It operates as a bold declaration carved in rich wood, cast in heavy bronze, and woven in vibrant cloth. The gallery boldly states, "We define ourselves. We honor ourselves. We rise strictly on our own terms. By engaging with authentic African art, we reclaim our historical narrative. We reject the watered-down versions of our history and embrace the powerful, complex reality of our ancestors. We take control of our story and ensure that future generations understand the true depth of their heritage." African World Art Gallery represents much more than a simple destination. It delivers a transformative experience and a vital call to consciousness. It remains a space where culture breathes freely and history lives vibrantly. Reading about the African World Art Gallery only scratches the surface of what this cultural monument offers. The true power of these artifacts must be felt in person. The stories embedded in the wood, bronze, and fabric require your presence to fully resonate. Do not let another day pass without connecting to this vital source of heritage. Plan your visit to the African World Art Gallery in Philadelphia today. Walk through the doors, let time slow down, and immerse yourself in the timeless, powerful, and eternal African spirit. Speak with Michael Z. Muhammad. Ask questions about the artifacts and find the perfect piece to begin building your own cultural legacy at home.
King Salim, the Picasso of Ghana. Step into the world of King Salim, a visionary artist whose roots span Togo and Ghana, yet whose creativity knows no borders. Born to a Togolese father and a Ghanaian mother, Salim first encountered the power of art through his father's work as an interior wall decorator. That early exposure sparked a passion that would become both his refuge and his calling. From curiosity to obsession, Salim's artistic path took its first turn at the age of 7 when he asked to join a painting workshop. Although he began painting seriously at 13, his style has since evolved in unexpected ways. While many artists rely on brushes, Salim chooses the palette knife, finding unmatched freedom in every stroke. He favors acrylics for their dynamic texture and energy, allowing his hands to shape stories directly onto canvas. What truly sets King Salim apart is his deeply personal, improvisational process. He never sketches or plans his compositions, instead, each work emerges intuitively, echoing his own search for meaning and self-understanding. Painting is more than a craft for Salim, it's an escape, a constant presence. Restless nights often bring him back to the studio, compelled to create. Every canvas tells a narrative of self-discovery. As pieces near completion, Salim feels a profound connection, sometimes finding it difficult to part with the art that has become a piece of his own story. Inspired by Picasso's fearless disregard for convention, Salim infuses his works with bold experimentation and emotional honesty. Experience King Salim's compelling art exclusively at African World Art Gallery, 6353 Green Street, in Philadelphia's vibrant Germantown neighborhood, or browse and shop online at africanworldart.com. Find your next conversation piece and connect with a story that's as unique as its creator.